card is in. Welcome to the Patty Bandwagon Show.
Welcome, everybody.
I'm Jpaddy.
I'm Pennatrator.
We didn't do a stupid opener like we did last time.
No.
No, this is totally more professional.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I had to run and hit the button to turn off our theme music.
Yeah. We have it rolling here in the studio while we're prepping. So.
Yeah, I'm still pre-partying to get ready for this episode because we're talking about Kobe, of course, the Super Bowl, and the Pennatrator's random story of the week.
Ooh, yeah. Yep.
Kind of excited for that.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
But yeah, this is episode 2 of season 2.
2 of 2. 2 or 19 or whatever.
Right. We're almost getting to that 20 episode mark, but we didn't even count them up before we started the show today. Pennatrator.
_Pennatrator on Instagram.
Way to promo yourself. I do want to bring something up that we haven't talked about pre-show.
Oh, you're gonna throw.
I'm throwing you a little curveball.
All right, let's see what happens.
This was a topic from one of our first few episodes.
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know, my favorite country singer, Lil Nas X, won 6 Grammys on Sunday.
Wow. Talk about just playing to the crowd.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that he didn't get a CMA.
Because he's not a fucking country singer, first. And it wasn't even close to a country song, but good for him for rousing up the elementary school kids to give him a fucking Grammy.
6 of them.
6 of them.
Not just one. 6.
What did he
His
do?
song was number 1 the majority of the year. But anyway, I wanted to give that one a round of applause. Yeah, that was me clapping.
Yeah. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah. So Pennatrator's excited about that news. Of course, probably the...
Seriously? That is so dumb. Come on.
I thought
really?
it was kind of awesome.
Oh, that just goes to show that it just be popular, and it doesn't matter if you're good or not. It's whatever the fucking...
It was all popularity.
Yeah.
It wasn't quality artistry.
Yeah, whatever. It's not a bad song, but it wasn't the greatest song of the year. I'm sure of it.
It was against the grain.
Yeah. Okay.
All
right.
Anyway,
moving on.
You brought it back, my friend. You brought it back. So yeah, and obviously, where were the Grammys? In L.A. What was the big story on Sunday? Someone's death. Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
When I brought this up to you to be a topic, we kind of had the same feel about what the dilemma is when you touch this topic.
Yeah. What do you do? I mean, do you?
Can we make jokes?
Well, here's the thing. Probably not.
Okay.
Well, it's probably too soon. But in all fairness, I did do a joke when we were bringing it up. Every time I hear Kobe, and it sucks, it's going to suck for a long time.
When kids shoot?
No. Is that what it is? No. Every time I hear the name Kobe, all I hear in my brain, in my tiny little brain, is Dave Chappelle going, Kobe, boop.
I didn't even think about that.
That's all I hear.
No, because...
all I hear, but he's throwing the... He's teaching Kobe how to cover his
right.
Covering his tracks. And we were talking about it, and I send you the meme of...
That's right.
Yeah,
I didn't even put that together.
So it's too raw in your mind.
Well,
and I was like, is that okay? Well, I guess I'm an asshole.
No, I don't think so because there's been a lot of reaction. Obviously, if you talk to any NBA employed personnel, whether player, GMs, or whatnot, they get super sentimental about it.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it's hits super close to home.
Yeah, it put me in a funk on... I didn't hate him. I didn't like him, but I knew of him. So it did kind of put me in a funk on Sunday when I read about that.
Right.
Yeah, it affected me for sure.
Dude, when you talk about the accident, just the fact of how it happened, where 9 people, they're in a helicopter, which a lot of us can't affiliate with when they're traveling from to and fro.
Yeah, an hour away.
Yeah. And obviously, because of LA traffic, It's an exclusive ability
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, it is a freak occurrence.
Yeah, it's a super
And
freak
it's
occurrence.
horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. But
But the reason I wanted to bring it up is because there were people out there, we're talking writers, activists, that made sure to bring up a certain point about Kobe.
Oh, about his past?
About his past.
Yeah. I think that's stupid. That's dumb. That was so long ago, and he redeemed himself, and he was every day redeeming himself. So to bring up something that he obviously admitted to, and it was a mistake. It wasn't really a mistake, but it was a mistake.
Well, yeah, it was a life mistake that he made that he owned up to.
Yeah, he owned up to. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's why I was kind of like, it's tragedy.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't bring up the worst in a person when tragedy happens.
So for the very few that might be listening and the even more few that wouldn't know what I'm talking about,
The three of you.
all three of us, and maybe one of you don't know, at one point, Kobe was charged with rape of a 19-year-old girl in Colorado. At the end of the day, due to the graphic testimony, the female involved decided not to take it to trial because she would have had to testify. And then as time went on, there was a settlement, and Kobe did publicly say that at the point of the occurrence, he didn't realize she did not see it consensual, and he admitted to the fact to her feeling of it, and there was a settlement and whatever. So that was kind of an early black eye to Kobe's career and his persona. But like you said, as time has went on, you got to give him credit for changing that idea of him. I believe he's now lived his life in a way that does not reflect that person if that occurrence happened.
Exactly. That was a long time in the past. It was a black guy. It was dropped. I mean, essentially.
It was dropped. There was no trial.
Yeah, but he admitted of being there.
Yeah.
So
he took some ownership.
Yeah, he took some ownership, and he changed his life on it. So, and he became a good family man, and obviously with all the stuff, and he wasn't in the news for beating his wife or any shit like that.
Right.
It was other stuff. So he was definitely an icon that people need to.
That you can embrace.
And you can embrace, yeah, exactly.
Like you can almost say he's a comeback kid. He came back from past mistakes, and
he's a Tiger Woods of an NBA.
Easy. Let's not try to get that involved. But that's the thing. Like, I don't know about you, but I saw obviously a lot of emotional videos, and there was one that I took particularly to heart where it was Jay Williams.
I don't know who that is.
So Jay Williams is a commentator on ESPN, a college analyst.
We're not a sports show. I forgot.
We're not a sports show, but I got to explain a little bit of his background.
Okay.
He was a big-time basketball star, highly drafted point guard, probably, 15 years ago, something like that. But anyway, he got in a motorcycle accident that almost took away his life.
Okay.
It was something that changed him. It took away his basketball career. But evidently Kobe was still involved with him because they entered the NBA at approximately the same time and helped him push him to just continue on with life. Because imagine you've been playing basketball your whole life. You know you're going to be a pro. You become a pro. You're like a top 3 pick. All of a sudden you get in an accident. That's taken away from you. Where do you go?
Yeah, what do you do?
And so this guy was obviously really down the dumps, but as time went on, Kobe really influenced Jay Williams' life.
Okay.
But so on Sunday, he goes through this interview where he's talking about everyone can talk about a Kobe story. At the end of the day, when it comes to death, no one can tell you, me, whatever, how to feel to make it better for anybody.
Yeah, exactly. That's
everyone is very individualized with how
They deal with shit.
They deal with shit. But the main point that he brings up at the end of the day is whenever there's death, that is the opportune moment to embrace what you have. And he said it, don't quote me on this, but pretty much to this, if you have beef with people or if you have issues with people, particular friends or family, let that shit go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that was his main point with all this. I thought it was just ironic with, a lot of this. I've lost some lives in the last few months, whatever, with me. This weekend, I lost my grandmother, and I had all this family with me, like my cousin, who I was just talking to you about before the show.
Yeah.
This past weekend was awesome because even with death, I now have my cousin back, one of my closer cousins back.
Yeah.
And that's what this is all about.
Yeah. Yeah. You get your family together on weddings and funerals.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly. And births. Sometimes.
Sometimes. It depends on what it looks like.
Correct. Correct.
You're like, look at that mongoloid baby. Oh, I ain't going to that thing.
At least you didn't say mambaloid.
What the fuck is a mongoloid?
Kobe was the black mamba.
Oh. Mongoloid?
It sounded like mambaloid for a quick second.
Okay.
That's one other thing I took from it. To kind of give a final point for what this Kobe story brought up in my head. Pennatrator, I had to explain to you this bet that I like to bring up.
Okay.
Or excuse me, not a bet. It's a hypothetical. And even though this is not a sports show, it's a sports hypothetical.
Okay.
There was a day where I brought up this crazy idea that the UConn's women's basketball team could beat the worst Division I men's basketball team that year.
Okay.
And if that happened to be Alcorn State. I would bring that story up because that story was actually brought up on ESPN when this hypothetical
started floating around.
Correct.
Okay.
So, in Kobe's last interview, when he was alive, he brings up women's basketball because the daughter who passed with him was really into basketball. So, Kobe started going to basketball games with her, and they really talked the game, and it was a bonding thing.
Okay.
But I want to bring up this clip with Kobe in his last interview.
Said your daughter Gigi got you back into watching a lot of NBA. You've taken to her a bunch of games this year, sitting courtside with her. As you watch games with her and coach her through her basketball journey, I wanted to get your take on if you think a woman could ever play in the NBA one day.
Play in the NBA? I think there are a couple players that can play in the NBA right now, honestly. I mean, there's a lot of players that have a lot of skill that can do it. Diana Taurasi, Maya Moore, Ella Deladon. I mean, there's a lot of great players out there, so they could most certainly keep up with her.
Two of those three players.
Okay.
Guess what school they went to?
UConn.
UConn. That is correct.
Okay, so what's your hypothetical? Are you going to ask me a question or what?
Well, I'm just trying to...
What are you getting at?
I'm trying to give a big, loud, I told you so, to all the people that might be listening that told me I was crazy to believe a loaded university with the top women's basketball players might have a chance to beat a D1 really bad men's basketball team.
Well, I think yes. I mean, here's the thing. A low-level, the worst D1 team could probably, in a weird world, beat a top 10 school.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could happen.
It could happen.
Is that to say that...
It would happen? No.
What would the odds be of the... What would the odds be on that?
I think they would be pretty good.
You think that it would be favorable to the UConn girls?
So in the hypothetical I brought up, I was talking about a women's basketball team that hadn't lost in like 2.5 years.
It is women's basketball. And
Correct.
They were probably the only ones recruiting.
Correct. No, and that goes to my point here.
Okay.
Whenever you're in a sport where like you're really the only one emphasizing the sport or you're emphasizing it more than any other school, you get all the all-stars.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the team.
Yeah.
You're the awesome team.
So that gives you a better chance at beating a team from another organization that's the talent pool is much more diluted and spread out.
Yeah, it could happen.
Yeah. There's people out there that thought this argument that I promoted was crazy.
They were thinking that there's no way that...
Absolutely no way in hell that could ever happen. One of the loudest voices that I've heard personally, I'm not going to bring up his name, but he was a D1 player in Ivy League school.
Okay.
And he was a backup. Now, he would always look at me and tell me that I'm on fucking crack.
Okay, so he was a backup on a D1 school.
Ivy League school.
Ivy League school, which is... It's an Ivy League.
It's a little bit high. Well, yeah, it's a little bit higher.
He knows basketball. He's saying that there was no way that his team would lose to the UConn girls.
Correct.
Okay.
But I was never proclaiming that his team in particular would.
Yeah. So then you got to go lower than that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched women's basketball? Even the UConn, it's like, ugh.
So you got to listen to what Kobe just said. We're not saying Kobe was the ultimate basketball theologian here either. But he's arguably one of the top, I'm being very conservative here, top 10 NBA players. More likely top 5 NBA players of all time.
Arguably.
Yeah. I'm not here to argue where he ranks.
Yeah.
The guy knows basketball.
Yes.
But for him to even say in public that he would say a woman from the WNBA could run, and that's how he said it, could run with NBA players. That's saying.
Well, okay. Here's a question. That was obviously a video interview, right?
Correct. It was approximately 3 weeks ago.
Was his daughter standing right next to him?
Negative.
Oh, okay. But
She might have been behind the reporter.
put that into perspective.
Yeah.
For him to say, nah, women aren't good at anything. He's...
So there's so many ways to answer that question.
Yeah.
He had some criticism from other NBA players that were how they would answer it were.
Yeah, it's an opinion.
They'd be like, this is a hypothetical, and I don't want to answer it because they don't want to talk down the WNBA.
Exactly. Yeah. And you shouldn't.
Because it's its own game.
It's two different things, yeah. Does the WNBA play with the same ball as the NBA?
That's a good question. I was going to look that up before the episode, but I didn't.
And I think college, they have a smaller ball as well. So,
yeah.
I mean, you got to start adding all these other stupid factors into it.
True.
Would they switch balls halfway through? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is.
It's a complicated question.
I don't think that would happen. Honestly, I don't. It's two different leagues.
It's true.
Because then you start mixing. Then you start getting. Is it really a woman? That whole transgender.
Oh boy.
Do you know what I mean? That's
going deep. That's going deep.
It's the states are making laws that you have to
That's
be.
true.
Because these women, real biological women, are being dominated by.
No, it's happened in
men.
the Olympics with sprinters.
Yeah.
There's been women sprinters that were actually men when they started. They actually genetically got changed. But I'm not letting this conversation go in the weeds.
Okay.
I'm
trying to keep this going on here, but I don't know what your point is.
But my point is...
I know what
my
your
point is I brought up this conversation years ago. My man Kobe is backing me up.
Okay, there we go. This is
and
the Patty bandwagon edge here.
That's right. If the gentleman that's listening to this, who I had this conversation with, my Ivy League friend, who I dominate in fantasy football, and who's 6'6",
who's lucky as fuck on fantasy football.
If you hear this conversation, I do have a bet for you. I have an event that I'd love to create that I think is more achievable than not. Pennatrator.
Okay.
Did you know there was a player from here in northern Nevada named Gabby Williams?
Nope.
Who went to UConn?
Nope.
was the best player on her team, on the UConn team,
Okay.
and then got drafted
Drafted in the NBA?
in the WNBA.
Okay. How tall is she?
I think she's like 6'3", 6'4".
Oh, okay.
Yeah, great player.
How old is she?
If I were to guess, probably now, I think she's 25, 26.
Okay, so there's an age difference.
Oh, so we're already creating excuses.
Yeah.
All right. So without putting names on this, if I take a 26-year-old professional basketball player, female professional basketball player,
Yeah.
and I put her against probably a guy that's 6'6", he's 42 years old, used to play, was a scholarship player on an Ivy League basketball team, and they're playing to 21 by ones inside the key, by twos outside the three-point line.
Yeah.
Who's going to win?
I know he's been working out pretty good, so
Oh, you know has he been running?
I've seen him.
I know
yeah.
he does.
I've
like,
seen him around.
He's done some half marathon, or he did a couple was it RTOs? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
no,
he's running
I would go with our guy easily.
easily.
Yeah.
Since we're gonna go into bets and stuff, I would give his over under 11. He might get to 11.
I don't think so.
We gotta find Miss Williams' parents.
He's got that old man strength.
That is true. That is true. I'm not gonna give you the extras about this female athlete, high jumper, very fast, professional athlete.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm glad we talked about this because this just shows the core of the scope of a professional athlete on a female side.
I don't know.
So by your prediction, you just said a D1 scholarship player who wasn't the star on his team, but he was D1 and he was scholarship.
Yeah.
And he's 42 years old. He is a couple inches taller. Would be better than a top 10 pick in the WNBA.
Is she playing now?
Yes. I haven't looked her up recently, but legit athlete. And just by what we know, you took the dad.
Yeah. I did. I would. I do.
Okay.
Did.
All right.
It was a
I
toss.
like your style.
It was a toss
All
up.
right.
It was a toss up, but yeah. I
Speaking of betting,
Okay.
Super Bowl's this week.
Yes.
Pennatrator.
Yes.
Are you placing bets?
I told you I already had one going for a while ago, but I don't have any new ones.
Are you going to?
No.
Why not?
I don't do it. I don't do it.
You said you had to bet more to learn more, right?
Yeah, you bet with your head, not with your heart. So this would just be a stupid. There'd be no way I would even come up with any hypothesis that wouldn't involve that.
So there are prop bets out there that aren't necessarily betting with your heart.
Yeah, but they're just random bets. Might as well just go play roulette.
Okay. Well, maybe for instance, the celebrity and their personality well enough where you think you have a chance.
Dude, we're thinking about the same thing.
No, we're not.
Yes, okay.
So the first prop bet I'm going to bring up.
I know it's the same one.
Well, I got multiple.
Okay.
The first prop bet I'm going to bring up is our favorite president
Oh.
has a prop bet out there that Big Dizzle. Donald.
Okay.
He has a bet about how many tweets he's going to have during the Super Bowl. The number is 13 and a half.
13 tweets?
13 tweets.
What if he's going to be there?
It's in Miami. I'm not sure if he's going to be there.
He fucking loves Florida and he loves football.
He doesn't love Southern Florida. He does love football. He loves college football more than he loves NFL football.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
So, I don't know.
So 13 and a half tweets. What are you thinking? Is he going to get disgusted enough where he's going to tweet 7 times?
I'll say under for sure.
Under for sure.
Yeah, under.
Okay.
Under 13.
I agree with you there.
Yeah, that's a lot of tweets.
That is a lot of tweets. Got the next one for you. You ready?
Yeah.
You know what?
Are you writing these down?
No, I got it in the head.
Okay.
What was the one you read about?
Mine was on Barstool.
Of course, that's all you listen to. You listen to Barstool more than you listen to our show.
No. We only have 14 shows.
Yeah, you need to keep listening.
It was how long the national anthem was going to be.
That's not a mind-blowing prop bet. Who's singing it?
That's who I forgot.
Oh, so our research team, us, is failing right now.
Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, so it was over or under a minute and 53 seconds.
I'll take over.
You're going to take over?
No matter who it is.
Okay. How long are they typically? Probably that?
Oh, the Super Bowl national anthem is always the longest national anthem.
Yeah, but they take that into effect.
Free and the home. Yeah, they totally take that time.
Okay, it's Demi Lovato?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you not heard of her? Name a song.
Nope.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so 1 minute, 53 seconds. So you got over?
Definitely.
Okay.
If I were to bet. Well, actually, I like prop bets because since I don't care as much about football anymore, the prop bets are more fun. So, Pennatrator, we did not have any of the same prop bets.
Okay, cool. Because that was the only one I got.
You're getting super worried.
Yeah.
So,
Yep, I'm getting nervous.
here's
now.
your next one.
All right.
Will Jennifer Lopez show butt cleavage during the halftime show? And just so you know, plus 500 for yes, minus 1,000 for no.
Minus 1,000 for no?
Yeah, they're saying she's not going to show crack.
Butt crack?
You get plus 500 if she does, and you get to see it.
I don't know if you want to see that old sweaty crack.
Well, she's still doing a halftime show, which means that sweaty crack is probably better than a lot of other sweaty
This is
cracks.
about the age that what's her name, flashed her titty. So
Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson.
Yeah, it was Janet and Justin.
Same age range, so she might want to be making
some news.
Yeah. I definitely she doesn't short. She's not gonna do that.
Who says she's going to do it on purpose?
Who says that's gonna fail again?
Well, here's the thing. J-Lo's a little older. Probably still feels young. Still probably wears the tight pants.
Yeah,
So when she's trying to live her old glory days,
yeah,
there's a chance it's going to slide.
no, she's got the J-Lo booty. You know how long it takes her to fucking put pants on? Those things are not coming off.
They might not be coming off, but they could move.
There's no way.
All right. I got two more for you.
Okay.
This next one's a combo.
Oh, a prop bet? Or not a prop bet.
Yeah, it's two different prop bets, but
No, it's not a prop bet. What the fuck is it called? A parlay.
yeah, I would parlay these. Will MC Hammer say hammer time in a Cheetos commercial? Minus 200 for yes, plus 150 for no.
Why in the fuck? Okay, A, why would he be in a Cheez-Its or Cheetos commercial?
What are Super Bowl commercials for?
Promotion? I don't know.
Yes, promotion of people that were once stars of the world.
Is he a fucking spokesperson for Cheetos?
He's working for Cheetos. It's already known that he's going to be in the Cheetos commercial.
Of course he's going to say hammer time if he's in the fucking Cheetos
So you're
commercial.
saying yes?
Yes.
Minus 200.
Yeah, why else would they have MC Hammer? Who was he going to say?
Okay.
Pray.
All
Pray
hold
for
on.
my fucking
Hold
Cheetos?
on. So you're parlaying this bet.
Okay.
Will MC Hammer say too legit in a Cheetos commercial? Yes, minus 200. No, plus 150.
He's going to say both. He's going to say all three.
So we're going to hear
Too legit
and
hammer time.
hammer time.
Yeah.
That's two.
Because nobody else is going to know who in the fuck he is unless he says it.
I wish I could bet, just so he does it, that he brings up Pumps and a Bump. You remember that song?
No.
Oh, that was the best video ever by MC Hammer. It was in his later life. He's a gangsta, and it's him with all his bitches around the pool, and he has these Speedos where he must have had pre-boner, Like he literally has a boner in the whole video, wagging it around, saying bumps in a bump.
Oh,
So, last one.
shit. Okay.
Do you know who J-Lo's husband is?
Nope.
It's Alex Rodriguez.
Who's that? Is that the baseball player?
A-Rod.
Okay.
Does that ring a bell?
I just said it.
Okay, I'm just checking. How many times will Alex Rodriguez be shown during the halftime show? And the over-under number is 0.5.
Oh, so if they show him once, but it has to be during the halftime show?
During the halftime show.
Ooh.
So before you answer, I believe this needs to be part of your parlay. Because if J-Lo shows crack, they're going to show A-Rod's reaction.
Nah, the halftime show is pretty... I don't think they're switching very much.
Okay.
I think they got a very scheduled thing. They will probably show them before or after, but not during.
Okay. All right. So you're going to take the under at minus 550. So
Yeah.
you're going to have to bet $550 to win $100.
Yeah, exactly.
Just so everyone knows,
Or
Pennatrator is betting $550 to win $100 that they're not showing A-Rod at halftime.
or Pennatrator style, $5.50 to win $1.
Obviously, I have not been here. That is exact. Or it's going to be somehow he's going to figure out 55.5 cents to win 10 cents.
The what do you call it? The house money,
Yeah.
or my box of cash is getting low, so it might get down to that. What the fuck is it called? God, Pennatrator's brain is dying.
We've all kind of
Seen it
fried
in
our
progress.
brain after this segment. But I do want to do one prop bet with you, and we're going to figure out the odds right now.
Okay, an on-the-air bet.
On-air bet. The bet is that we hear the Kaepernick name twice. The number will be 1.5. I get the over.
Kaepernick.
Mentioned twice.
So
So it'll be 1.5.
so once the Super Bowl starts, or before or after,
We'll go
like
kickoff.
kickoff
Kickoff. So kickoff
To
to
end it-
0.
and a regulation.
If they mention it at halftime, it counts during the halftime show.
halftime show counts.
Yes.
You just said one time,
Twice.
twice. So over. Okay, so you have.
You get 1 and down. I get 2 and up.
Jeez, that's a tough one.
How do you want to set the odds? Do you want to set the odds so you just take 1?
Oh, wait. Do commercials count?
No. During the telecast.
Okay. So if a Nike commercial comes up with his fucking face, then it doesn't count.
With his awesome face, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that.
Are we just going beer bet?
Yeah. Loser has to buy the next show's beers.
Drinks. You're doing. We don't know if you're going to be drinking beers next
Yeah,
time.
that's true. But
All right. So, just to clarify, number's 1.5. I'm taking the over that Kaepernick said twice because I'm praying
yeah, you're
on the drinks for the next telecast.
yeah. His influence.
I
is
know
dying.
it better be 1.
You know it better be one.
It better be 1.
I don't even think they'll say his name at all. I think they're over him.
All right, Pennatrator. Before we wrap this up,
Yeah.
this part of our show.
Oh
Who
wait,
was the
no,
quarter-
no,
You already did it.
No,
You
hold
already
on.
did it. You already did
Oh.
it. He forgot who the quarterback was in the last San Francisco 49er Super
I did.
Bowl.
No, I take it back.
Nope, no
Oh,
take
my
backs.
God.
I cannot wait for you to bring.
Oh.
I don't think it's over. I really don't think. I think 2 is a big number. I honestly believe 2 is a big number on Kaepernick mentions.
Nope. It's no. They're gonna say his name over and over.
I
and
just
over.
hope. I just hope the Niners don't fall behind. Because if the Niners fall behind, you're gonna lose. Because that's when they're gonna bring up the last Super Bowl.
Yeah, I just remember that. Yep. I
Can't
was
play
like,
a playa. Can't play a playa.
Jeez. Yep, lost that one. It's gonna be Kaepernick all over the place.
It will not be Kaepernick all over the place. I promise you. If it tell you what, if it goes over 10, bets are off.
Okay. Over 10, bets are off.
Yes.
Okay.
So if it gets to 2, then
one.
you're rooting for a bunch.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
Yeah, and it's kickoff to end of regulation.
That's right. That's right. So, on that note, to go with our new tradition of the Pennatrator story of the week, what you got?
Okay, so speaking of UConn, you talked me into watching a show on Netflix. The
Aaron Hernandez
murder mystery, whatever.
Yeah. 3 episodes. It's awesome.
3 episodes. It gets to the point ish.
Went to UConn. He played football at UConn. Or he was supposed to play UConn.
Yeah,
UConn football. His dad did.
His dad did. He signed for UConn. Then his dad went there, and then his dad died, and he was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
So
he's like, starting my own path.
Yeah.
Going to Florida.
So anyways, I look up, because he played for the Patriots, and they started showing Kraft all over the place, the owner of the Patriots.
Yeah, because he appeared in the trial.
Yeah. He was in the trial, and he was in stuff. So I look him up. There's one news story that's kind of down a ways, because I was remembering our
episode about Kraft visiting the massage parlor.
Asians of Orchid or whatever.
Yeah.
Orchids of Asia. Anyways, so there's one judge that threw out the case because of the evidence.
Okay.
Not because of him being innocent, it's because they threw out the evidence. So they have an appeal, and this is in Sports Illustrated, that the not district attorney, but attorney general of Florida, so the highest guy you got in Florida, wants to open up the case again with an appeal on Kraft. So he is back in it.
We really need to find out what got this really back. Go ahead.
They want him to have. He solicited sex in the tapes.
He did.
And the only reason why they're not convicting him is because of the evidence that they had was ill-advised. So it's just weird.
How this originally started.
Yeah.
It was, I forget what city or county it was in Florida, but originally
Jupiter.
Was it Jupiter?
Yeah.
Okay. So law enforcement was going after the massage parlors. They weren't going after individuals.
No, they weren't going after him, but he got caught up in.
But he happened to go to the one
of
them that was being investigated, and he got a happy ending.
Yeah.
And you remember what day that was on, that the occurrence happened?
No.
It was the day they won the AFC Championship game. He was there in the morning, flies to Kansas City.
Yeah.
In a good mood, and his team makes it to the Super Bowl. He had a pretty awesome day.
It's just weird that it popped up, that I looked up his name, and there's like one story hidden that they're not talking about whatsoever, because the Patriots are the East Coast's godsend to frickin' football, and God forbid that he have something bad on him.
I am not seeing. I'm really looking hard for this story.
It was on January 3rd, so.
Wasn't in the last week then. Okay, so
No.
in the last month.
Yeah, so it was crazy. But that Aaron Hernandez thing, let's get back to that. That was a pretty good story.
It makes what happened to him so complex. Like, he's a murderer. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I forgot about the fact that he got acquitted for the double murder after the initial murder he got.
Yeah, after the initial.
Right. And it sounds like he just had a much better lawyer, because literally it sounds like his forerunner was there for the second double murder.
Yeah.
Which would have that murder would have happened before he killed Odin Lloyd.
Yeah. Yeah. So he was a sociopath. That one detective that he's got it written all over him, and then he was that sucks, but how you were talking about the CTE.
How CTE's involved in this.
That's so stupid. Because
why is that stupid?
That's a dumb connection to make it. Because if CTE were the reason why he killed people, then there would be fucking NFL murderers all over the place.
You know there's a lot of NFL football players that commit suicide, right?
Yeah, suicide, but not fucking murder.
So one of the symptoms of CTE is extreme aggression, extreme moodiness.
Yeah.
So don't piss off someone with CTE because them punching you is not enough.
But there would be murderers everywhere in the past, even way before they even thought about it.
Okay. I've had multiple conversations with people that agree with you.
Yeah.
And here's what I don't understand. When I have this conversation with people where I'm like, CTE is a symptom of why they are murdering people. I am not condoning the murder.
Yes.
I am saying it is a medically proven symptom that can...
Yes, depression is a symptom of CTE.
Another symptom, yes.
Okay, and aggression. But they were fucking aggressive people in the first place. Like, you have to be aggressive to be a football player. So, is that...
Let me blow your mind right now.
So...
Okay, I'm going to... Go ahead.
Okay, no, go ahead.
Pennatrator. You start playing football when you're 6, 7 years old, right?
Yeah?
Let's say you start playing 6, 7 in contact football.
Yes.
When do you think you're going to get your first concussion?
Never.
Never. You're never going to get a concussion in a... I think you have some experience being a lineman, right?
Yeah.
So a lineman hits every play. Every play.
Yeah.
And it's every 35 seconds.
Okay.
So, and you're a pretty good math guy too. What is the probability if you're playing the line for, say you start at 8 years old and say you end at 28 for 20 years? What is the chance that you got a concussion and you didn't even know?
That's true.
Hitting your head.
Yeah, but
hitting your head is not healthy for a human being.
No, it's not. And I'm not saying that it's not.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that people that play football, especially on the NFL level, are already fucking aggressive.
Correct.
You can't be a passive NFL player. It
doesn't work.
It doesn't work. So take aggression out of that, right? You got to take that out of it. Yes.
I think it complements it. I think you're already an aggressive person and you start playing an aggressive sport where you get that injury that affects your aggression.
I don't think so. No, because you have to be aggressive to be in that sport.
You have to be not afraid to hit somebody.
So if you don't have aggression, then you don't have CTE?
No, I think aggression is a natural, needed aspect of football.
Yes.
And I think because of that aggression, it gets those players into positions where they get more injuries that escalates that issue.
Then, okay, what about people that...
Boxers. Same thing.
Yeah, but they're... Exactly. They had... Especially a boxer, you have to be aggressive. You can't be a pacifist boxer.
Right. Yes. And the same things have happened in boxing.
Yeah, but there's certain people that
This is not a sports show, by the way.
Yeah, there's certain people you
feel like it's already there.
They can have CTE and not have multiple concussions and not be aggressive.
They could have multiple concussions and still not be aggressive.
Yes. You're not aggressive at all.
I've had some concussions.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I have CTE.
Okay, so what is CTE? Is it from
It's progress.
You can only get the disease if you get hit in the head? Or was CTE a disease that you got that you were going to have
that was
anyway?
progressive anyway?
That was progressive anyway.
To be honest, I don't know that. That's a good question.
Yeah.
But my argument to that would be, say you already are predisposed to having CTE.
Okay. Just a normal person.
You're a normal person, and for whatever reason, you're already predisposed. It's in your genes for you to have CTE. If you're a football player that's predisposed to it, and then you get into football, after being predisposed, it's a really tough argument to say that doesn't help continue the process and doesn't help the progress of that disease.
Yeah, it probably does help progress it, but that's not the only factor of it. I think they're just putting too much emphasis on the CTE as a direct byproduct. If you go into the NFL, you're gonna get CTE, and that's not the case.
I guess that's for the individual to decide, and obviously CTE hasn't been studied for as long as it should have. Like, I don't think it really became prominent until the late 90s. So they've been studying it for, 20, 25 years.
Yeah, they've been studying
We're still learning about it. There were so many NFL players that committed suicide, and later on they got their brains, and it showed, like, I forget the Steeler. There was what the movie Concussion's all about.
Yeah.
There's a Steeler that's highlighted in that movie where they look at his brain and they're like, oh, look at all the brain damage. Because that's what CTE is. It's literally brain damage.
Yeah. But you got to look at all the other people that play football and NFL that don't do that shit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
It's like a small sliver of the population of the NFL that is getting this thing, which is just real.
It is real.
And
it hasn't been acknowledged till the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Why do you think the NFL has promoted heads-up football? Heads-up football. Flag football at early age.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because they don't want kids hitting.
Yeah, because you don't. You need to learn the game.
Von Tizzle.
Yeah,
his kids. Flag football. He knows.
Yeah, you need to learn the game first.
Yeah.
You don't need.
You don't necessarily need to start knocking heads because that can be detrimental.
Yeah, exactly.
And the NFL knows that.
It was an aspect that needed to be said in the movie or the series, but it was way too much of it.
It was highlighted.
Yeah, he was just a fucking scumbag, sociopath that they were trying to draw straws on this other stuff.
Okay. Well, and I look at that different. I don't feel like they were trying to draw straws, but because when you say he was a scumbag, he came from a premium part of Connecticut. Like, it wasn't like he grew up in the hood.
No, he was fine.
Yeah, he was fine.
But he was a scumbag from what he came up with.
Yeah. Everyone who's listening to this, watch the Aaron Hernandez documentary. That's why
it is intriguing.
It is very intriguing because it talked about his dad, how there was potential abuse. It talked about his sexuality, how that might have affected his character. And yes, it brought up CTE.
Yeah. Yeah, they had 3 things, so... And the people that he hung around with were probably the biggest factor of it anyways. So,
and who knows? Maybe he hooked up with Robert Kraft, and that's why Robert Kraft went and got a rub and tug. On that note.
All right.
That was probably the best transition I think we've had in a while. Robert Kraft is the reason Aaron Hernandez kills people.
Yep, you heard it first.
Yes. A rejected gay lover that likes to get rub and tugs right before the FC Championship game. All right, Pennatrator. It was good talking to you.
Yep.
Underscore Pennatrator.
On Instagram, I'll put some pictures up here about this little show.
Oh, can't wait. Just look up Patty Bandwagon. You'll find it. What do you guys say to people?
Bye-bye.